When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove. For the first time in my life, I see I need love. There I was, giggling about the games that I had played with many hearts, but I'm not saying no names. Okay, old school LL Cool J. Still trying to keep it fresh. This is live. I know you probably can't see the time, but it says 2:18 Eastern Standard, and then that's 11:18 Pacific. Tonight I got a plan. I'm going to try to run through this. I got plenty of time. We're still under a minute right now. I'm trying to stay under the 30 minutes, even though the last one they cut it off. But anyway, so I'm going to show you that I had this one's public for iTag Rewatch. That's the playlist, and from there are like most of, well, definitely the videos I'm about to share with you now. So I do have a plan. I got the timestamps down here, and let's start off right because I said that I was gonna try to get some buzzwords out to you that you should be watching out for. A couple of these I went over on Facebook earlier. Yeah, it's really small. Hydrogel, Agenda 21, Digital Dollar, which I really wanted to talk about, but it's enough of it out there. We'll talk about it another time, hopefully. Social credit scores. Oh man. So there's a lot of buzzwords for 2020 and beyond. 2025, 2030, 2050 agenda. It's just getting started, but I don't think we're gonna make it all the way. So again, hydrogel. If you don't know what that is, that's how they're gonna get the new vaccine into you. Agenda 21. It's actually not the 21st year. It's for the 21st century, which we find ourselves in now. The digital dollar. We got to resist the digital dollar at all costs. If if they get to know everything about everything that you're doing instantly and have control over it, that can't be good. And if they can put money on your account, they can for sure take it off. Social credit scores again. And the social credit scores, well, for the two-way people, or if you ever thought about having a personal protection device, i.e., they could use that against you. So maybe your social credit score is not high enough, and you can't use your Second Amendment right. The health pass, which there's more than a few countries now. Ireland's probably the best example, even though it's in Canada too. They're starting moving forward with that. Lucifrase is in the VAX, and it lights up when you pass this. It turns a different color, and it's part of what they're going to use with the hydrogel to get stuff into you. What does that even say? Glasses. Oh, sustainability. Yeah, that's a big one. Sustainability. Contact tracing. If you're not hearing, World Economic Fund. You already know that. The Great Reset. Hopefully, people are starting to. The Great Reset. Oh my gosh, they're gonna crash the economy. It's gonna get hard. Start putting stuff away, and then get things that you can use now. All right, so we're gonna try to go through these videos real quick. Hopefully, God willing, the internet will stay up, and then we're gonna end with these. We're gonna end with those three from the iTag for iTag Rewatch. All right, so obviously I've watched those videos, and I'm gonna rewatch them with you. I figure it's gonna be about 15 minutes, so we're right at 5. Let's get it going. This one is from Masters Report. Love me some John Masters. Run it, John.
If it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, and it looks like a duck, then by God,
just to show that it's live, it's real.
While the American people are glued to the television, are glued to the news about the elections, quietly, behind the scenes, things move forward for a mandatory vaccination for COVID-19. It's not like people are distracted,
This is
of
in
course.
New York,
Now,
November
people
7th,
have brought this up many
2020.
times, and I'm going to go through this because this is more important than you think. State Bar passes mandatory COVID-19 vaccination recommendation.
John Masters Report.
Now, the reason this is important is because this is the State Bar. You have to keep in mind every attorney, including a judge, needs to have their bar license. They have to have it. So the State Bar has the power to strip an attorney or even a judge of their license. Once stripped of that license, well, basically a judge isn't a judge anymore. You know what they are? They're going to be a legal aid. And
all right, so go watch John Masters' video. He's got a lot of subs already, but go watch it anyway, because you need to be informed. I don't think I commented on that one, but I did hit the like button. All right, moving on. That was number one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cross it off. It's my man from the Ice Age Farmer. This guy, he keeps up with all things that have to do with food. Yeah. Hopefully you saw it. It's the Denmark is going to kill the 15 million minks. So basically what he did, he does this report, and then the next day he does another video.
And we said, watch this, China is setting the stage for the way this will be rolled out all around the world. In the name of public safety, we'll just shut down animal agriculture. And it's not a hard thing to imagine that this same
November
kind of
4th,
logic,
2020.
kill all the minks, just shut it all down, could very easily be applied
I don't even know
to
what
the
you
poultry
use minks
industry,
for.
or to the hog
what was
farmers.
the thing about minks? I didn't get that.
About which we've read predictive programming
like,
from multiple media sources saying
minks,
that
the
zoonotic threat is huge, the next viral pandemic will come from chicken farms and will kill half of humanity. I've shown these headlines dozens of times on this broadcast by now, and I assume you're familiar with it. Just that's literally the headline. Go look up. Will kill half of humanity from poultry farms, because that's what they want you to believe. And now they're building on that narrative. First it was the Chinese rats, bamboo rats. Then it was the mink in Denmark, 15 million of them, because maybe it's a problem. And
all right, hold on, because he talks for a minute, and I don't want to watch the whole thing, and then we'll get over here to 5:15. There we go.
Here's another example. Bird flu detected on a Dutch farm. 215,000 chickens are just going to be killed off right now.
November 6th, 2020.
Not only that, this
is later in the same video.
That they're laying hens. So these the 100,000 laying hens actually lay the eggs that become the meat birds for the next generation. So this isn't just a loss of N chickens. This is the loss of 100,000 chickens that would have created hundreds of thousands, millions of chickens in the future.
I got CNN on.
That are gone now. This is the chicken production being taken offline. And of course, this is all called for, right? This is all what you would expect in the Great Reset, when we're ending animal agriculture, the Great Food Transformation, where we're going to disincentivize the eating of meat and have these things result in the prices of meat blasting off to the roof, so people are forced onto the disgusting fake meat and all that nonsense. You can look no further than UK grocer Sainsbury, who's saying, we're permanently closing down the meat counter and the fish counter and the deli counter. It's not there. We don't need it anymore.
I try to look for the dates. This one is down here, November 5th, 2020.
We're not selling meat in the future. Don't you see that? It's over now. That was then. This is the new normal. This is the Great Reset. And welcome to it.
Yeah, we got a little extra on that one. And then, like I said, he was talking about the minks, and then like the next day he dropped another video, and I got both of the notifications at the same time. some of infected minks were, yeah, they had threw them out the back of the truck or something. All right.
The world economy, and now we're requiring a quarantine because of this freshly mutated thing. We don't even know anything about the mutation. We read here from the New York Times that there are no published reports on the nature of the mutation. We don't even understand it yet, how it was tested. Virus researchers are very much left in the dark. But never mind that. It's just throw it across the entire town. Just traipse it through every street in Denmark.
Yeah, that was a little more than I wanted you to see on that one. Let's get both of those off there. Okay, so the mandatory VAX, they're killing off the animals so they can get to, oh, it was supposed to be, did I delete it already? Yeah, because they went from the minks, he starts talking about how they mentioned cats. There were known cases of cats, dogs, and minks. And he's like, oh, the minks already got killed off, so now they're just opening the door so they can come after your pets too, your cats. All right, this is totally different. This check this out. This is a little old footage of Obama. Yeah, that was Joe Biden. That's what he said. Oh, whose video is this? Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah. I just recently discovered her channel. Tamara Magdalene, the Lioness of Yeshua. She's got a decent following. She's got 73,000 subs. This is recent. She posted it November 11th, which would have been Veterans Day today. It's not. The sun's going down. It's 2:30 in the night. Go check out her video. Manchurian Candidate Files, Joe Biden. Tamara Magdalene, the Lioness of Yeshua. Okay, and the purpose was, like I said, these are in the iTag rewatch for right now. Her video is, it would have been up here, I think. Yeah, right there. In the iTag rewatch playlist. Okay. And this is the setup for the, so we had the mandatory VA XX, and then we went with the Ice Age Farmer, talking about the food, and then I'm setting you up with this thing to go to the other thing.
And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
Alright, I think there were two in this one. Let's get over here to 24. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah, because this is the setup, and then we're going to watch the 3 videos all at once. This is, I'm assuming this part is Trump at his brother's funeral. Because they're at somebody's funeral. And Trump and Ivanka are walking down. It's the same video, it's just a little bit later. Oh, good. That's the part I wanted to show. The Manchurian Files candidate, Joe Biden. This part with Sync is boring, but it does its purpose. So like I said, they're at the funeral. You can't, let me see if you just does that. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see it there. These are the Obamas. Those are the Clintons. I'm pretty sure the Bushes are there also. That's me shaking it outside. It's gonna mention something about the letters, and the letters they got letters after Trump got inaugurated, and it was supposedly all this film they're about to show now. Oh man, I'm just showing this other person's video. So okay, and that's them. This is separate, yeah. They're like, we got you on tape, snitch. She was like, what? Look at this like he dropped it. And that's the Obamas right there. Okay. Alright. So I showed you that so that we could okay, I get that. That means we're over here at 316. This is how the video starts. This is not my video. This is from Anonymous Official. They dropped this November 7th. Try to give you time to read that. There it is. It's late. Alright, let's get over here to 316 real quick.
Unusual faces that were kind of very
This is gonna take
small and
about 3
tapered with a
minutes.
pronounced nasal
I'm gonna try to
feature.
hold it.
These extraterrestrials, like many of the others, did apparently want peace. They were trying to negotiate some sort of positive settlement for Earth's problems.
That's
But
David
as is
Wilcox
the
speaking.
case, they want disarmament of nuclear weapons. They want the truth to be told to the people. And the military-industrial complex and the government officials just laughed in
From
their
Anonymous
faces.
Official.
Teller wrote a letter to President Reagan warning him about dangerous aliens, and he did it because he was probably blocked from having any direct communication with the
Can't pause
president
it for you.
on the issue. Now, we know, according to the Serpo documents, that
Some of you
Reagan
might
was
have already
probably
seen
briefed
this.
in 1981 on the aliens.
Maybe.
But what they told him was kind of a nice story. I mean, he was told that 4 out of the 5 alien species we know about are friendly, and some of them might even help us if the bad ones went after us. And it may be that Teller knew more about how many hostile races were really out there, what their real objectives were, and he was trying to warn Reagan not to believe the guys that were telling him these airy-fairy, happy-go-lucky stories about the good aliens. Because I don't think anybody's going to help us if things get bad with the aliens at all. We're on our own, so we got to keep developing our own technology.
Yeah.
When we
shoot him
start
in the
getting
head.
into the upper, highest level echelon of the cover-up
That's
of
the
the
echelon.
UFO phenomenon, I still feel that I need.
My name is Trish. I am 46
That was bound
and
to
I've
happen.
struggled with
No, we can't
depression
skip
most
it.
of my
We gotta,
life.
we gotta
I
go
have
through.
horrible
Sorry, Trish.
to be careful, and researchers need to be careful. Who's the actual person at the top of it? I think we can say a few things. One, we can say, I think they've always operated by stealth. So they have an interest in maintaining a cover of secrecy. Toward that end, if I were tasked with doing counterintelligence on the cover-up, I would have to consider the likelihood that they
yeah.
themselves have some role to play in the secrecy.
I just want to keep
There
interrupting,
is
so
a
it's
story
part
about
of
a
my
famous
video too. I
remote
don't
viewer
want
by
to
the
be,
name of Pat
like I
Price.
said, I didn't want
Back
to just
in the
mirror people's
1970s,
video, but
Pat
this
Price
is a
was
little.
possibly the best remote viewer the United States
This is a little
ever had.
3-minute clip.
He
They
was
talk about
an
this guy who remote
off-the-charts
views.
remote
All right,
viewer.
so
He was that
MK
good.
Ultra
One
remote
of the rare
viewing.
abilities to read alphanumeric information. That is, in other words, he could read documents.
You're gonna
and,
go over to
file
Anonymous
cabinets,
Official
things
and
like
watch this video though.
He was extremely, extremely proficient. On one occasion, he did, on his own, he said, some
do
remote
wanna
viewing
freeze
work
it
on
right
where
here.
alien bases
Oh.
were.
So you can see the title again, but also because this is apparently the map of where the underground alien bases were at back all those years ago when he was remote viewing. So that's what he's saying, and that is allegedly. Then he talks about this one that's over here in Alaska, and it was another one in the mountains somewhere over here.
Here on planet Earth. He strolled into the office in the mid-70s of Hal Puthoff, who was running the program, and said, oh yes, by the way, I thought I would
Mid-70s.
just on my spare time look to see where the alien bases were. This is true, he said this, and he identified several. They were all basically in mountain areas. So one was in the Pyrenees, one was in Mount
looks like
Hayes,
France.
Alaska. And he said regarding that base, the Mount Hayes, Alaska base, he said that has political protection.
All right,
in the United States government.
Pause this again.
He said-
Oh, poop. Just rewind it. Oh, there you go. Good, good, good. Thank you, Jesus. Man, doesn't that look like Resident Evil? I mean, the Umbrella Corporation, which there's an actual Chinese company. Their logo is literally the umbrella. But try to keep it still so you can read some of those.
That has political protection.
You're gonna watch this video. Though.
In the
You're
United
gonna go
States
over there.
government.
Don't rely on me.
He said
Go.
they
And then
have their people
go it.
in the U.S. government who are making sure that no one pries in on that base. And in fact, what Pat Price said to Putoff about that base is when he was remote viewing it, they began remote viewing him, and he pulled away out of fear. So that's true.
Come on.
And that would seem to indicate to me that there is some level of collaboration and or control that is being exercised by them within our society.
Yeah. So that's a lot. You got some keywords. Got to hear that they're mandating to take the state bar in New York, but in New York they're about to relock it down anyway. Also, there's some going on in Utah, California's obviously cuckoo clocks. Michigan, I just heard something about Ohio might be starting lockdowns again. There was one article the guy was playing and it said 13 states, another one said 11 states. They're coming for us all. Alright, so it's not all doom and gloom. I'm going to go ahead and show you the fish. And, look at sons of guns. Oh boy. Oh yeah, good times. Good times. Good times. The Really Graceful video. Really Graceful. She's a really good video. Like her stuff. She says, question of the day. How will 2020 end? And in my head I was thinking badly. But then I put down, what did I put down? I guess it's just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We got a little time to endure. But it's all happening so fast. If the Lord hadn't sped it up, it would probably consume us. But it does seem like He's giving us a bit of grace too. I'm thinking about feeding them. Maybe one shrimp. Giving us a little grace to come home. I don't know what they're doing over there. They're doing something. Let's see. My finger. Sorry. He's in there. There he is. Because there is a time of tribulation. There's not a third advent of Christ. He's coming back this next time. When He comes back, is to take His own back to the place that He has prepared for us. But before He comes back, it all goes wrong. And then we have to endure that part. For us, it's only going to be a few years. Maybe less, who knows? We might have, like I said, we might already be in it and don't know. Shrimp. Yeah, we'll give him shrimp. That's 1 cube. We'll see what that works out to be. So there's no need to be stingy. I mean, I have. That's about my fish. Lots of. Okay. You might get a treat. Might get to see both of them up there. I doubt it though. He doesn't like other people getting it. We call them people sometimes. They got real names. Okay. 25. So get a chance to tell more people about Christ and His soon and very soon return, and eagerness and willingness to forgive us of our sins if we but confess them. He is faithful and just to forgive us. And it was a Toby Mac post, and the thing said, your eyes have never looked into, you've never seen the eyes of someone that God didn't love. And then the girl was like, oh, this is absolutely wrong, and some people sin, they turn away from God, and da 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 da. And then she had like 2,700 comments. And I was like, I ain't gonna say anything. I just gave her a sad face, I think. And I was like, no, she's wrong. God, even if you have sinned or are sinning, does not hate you. He still loves you. And right up until the time you pass, just like the thief on the cross, if you are willing to confess with your mouth that the Lord Christ Jesus is Lord, and that God sent Him as His only begotten, He suffered and died and was raised on the third day, and sits, stands, waits at the right hand of God, even now, waiting for the signal to come back and to collect all of His people. If you believe that and you confess your sins, well, the Lord is willing to forgive you. I've said this on another, but I would even, I don't know if that's true, but I would even say that even if Satan said he was wrong, it's like, Lord, I'm sorry, but he'll never do it because of his pride. The reason why there was war in heaven, it just thinks that his way is better. The Lord doesn't just strike him down and say, no, my way is better, even though it is. He lets him have his way, but his way was so wrong that there was a fight in heaven, and on his way down, he took a third of the stars, which is why you always hit a 33. He took a third of the stars down with him. They've been ruling here on earth. And like I said, I would even argue that it might be the very reason that he created earth. And David Wilcox, who you heard in the other video, he wants you to believe that you're not special. I argue that you are, because I would say that the earth is the reason that he created humans. It was because of that fight. He created a place to throw Satan down, and in that place he started over, and we're the only ones throughout the entire universe that are shaped in his image. He spoke into existence everything else, and then got down and got some dirt in his hands and breathed life into your nostrils and made you a living being. Even dead people keep 8 commandments. You got to understand, it's all about worship. It's all about worship, and the Lord rightly so deserves your worship because He created you from dust, from nothing, and He gives you free choice to say, I don't want that. I want to try to do my own thing. This, that, and the other. I want to do. All right. If it interrupts heaven, you got to go, because you can't be around stuff like that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start over. I'm going to give them a chance. They don't know anything about me. No, you get dominion over this world. This is your world. But in the end, I'm going to send my son. I'm going to send my representative. He's going to come down and handle it. And when people pick him over you, don't even try, because we're going to stomp you out then. And after that, there will be no more sin. And that's where we find ourselves, waiting on this second coming, which won't be long. So get food, get ammo, get what you can. If you think you might need it, get it. That's the 30-minute mark. And I love you guys. So, there's nothing wrong with getting on your knees and asking God to forgive you. Oh, and then if you get baptized, oh man, sweetest day of my life. Okay, so Pluto's up there. I know him. He's the big one. You can see him even off the top. Alright guys, I'm out. Go watch those videos. And thanks for hitting the like button. And if you want to share it, that's fine. Oh, and subscribe. But, I mean, it's not like you don't know. Just do normal stuff. Alright. God bless.